Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Recently, ABISOLA, KOLA, Daisy passed on after a long battle with cancer, and her death shook social media as a lot of people came out to say amazing things about her. The likes of Toke Makinwa, a lot of celebrities who had encountered her, and not only was she nice to her friends or people within her social class, she was also very kind to her workers, because I read from her makeup artist, her lash technician, and a lot of people who worked with her. They had nothing but nice things to say about her. In fact, in the comment section, I saw a comment from a girl who said she once told Abisola that her father Abisola's father at the time was alive, reminded the girl of her late father. The girl said Abisola did not, she thought she was going to scream and say God forbid, but Abisola was just like very calm and spoke to her about grief and how to navigate it and all of that. And another person talked about how when she had like her clothes collection, she begged someone who knew Abisola to beg her to wear and take a picture, and Abisola was like, no, I think a video will be better so people will see the clothes. That was how much of an amazing person Abisola was. She was popularly known as Abi KD, which stands for Abi from Abisola, and KD, Kola Daisy, her husband's surname. So she was actually buried over the weekend. Yes, so the same day Prissy got married. It's funny, that's how life is though. Sometimes people, some are happy, some are sad. We can be celebrating and it's basically someone's worst day. Your worst day can be someone's happiest day. So guys, in this vlog I will be bringing you clips from her service of songs that held in Lagos, with a lot of people saying nothing but amazing things about her. Along the aisle, just before the hall, large screens showing her fun moments, her pictures were on display. Without further ado, let's get into the praise and worship that was done by, guess who did it? Of course, the famous Odukoya, Pastor Tolu Odukoya, handled the praise and worship. Let's hear that.
The first thing I hear Bisola saying is that we should cherish our friendships. The Bible talks in Proverbs 18 verse 24 about a friend who sticks closer than a brother. If there's one thing you know about Bisola, it's that she had friends. You heard the tributes. She had loads of friends, and she had a way of making each friend feel like they were the most special friend. So I hear Bisola saying, in this life, cherish your friendships. She's saying to her friends, all we have left now on this side of eternity are the memories of the good times that we had. And as she spoke to me in my musings, I was challenged to once more review my friendships and to pay more attention to them, to intentionally nourish them, so that I also can have memories when it is time for me to go. The second thing,
I have no makeup on. I just want something on my lip. I love my feather lip treatment, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of that. First of all, she's going to outdress you. This celebrant, just that one, just accept that one and do peace.
She was absolutely everything.
She was my Voltron.
She was my guy. She was a lot of fun. Just a big energy ball that trashed everything that was in her way.
Okay, I'm ready to start my week.
First child of this family, and like every typical first child, she was very assertive. She takes control.
She used to get in trouble all the time. She used to get all of us in trouble a lot, but she was fun. She was a lot of fun. She always just had fun, just lived her life.
There was this time that she got into trouble in school because she came to school with contact lenses on, and they were green. So they saw her and they were panicked, like, what's going on with her? And she was like, this is how my eyes are. And that was just Bisola. She was daring.
Abisola was raised in a world of languages, colors, and culture. Her childhood spark wasn't just bright, it was boundless. Santa Monica, Northridge, London, Harvard. Abisola didn't just collect degrees. She pursued knowledge with urgency, joy, and direction.
She was exposed to various cultures, such love, kindness, respect. She was just that friend, dependable, amazing. She was indeed the light of the world to her friends. Now for the next set of tributes, we will invite on stage some of her closest friends who will share their fondest memories and pay their tributes this evening.
Here to celebrate Auntie Abi. She was a very special person to everybody and brought.
Verse 16, 18, NLT 16. That is why we never give up. For our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. 17. For present troubles are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. We rather fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen, for the things we see now are to be gone, but the things we can.
KOLA DAISI is my niece, and I use is deliberately. Her mom, Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, is my beloved big sister, and she has given me this Herculean but privileged task to read her tribute, and I can only pray to God for the grace to do it justice. Forever loved, forever cherished, forever missed. A tribute to my first fruit and dear daughter, ABISOLA KOLA DAISI, ni Abiola Ajimobi. My one and only Bislo, my sweet Abi KD. And the fashionista of the family. 12th March 1981 to 27th March. Daughter is to lose a part of oneself. Yet I know she is not truly gone. She lives on in every memory, in every story retold, in every act of love she inspired. ABISOLA grew strong roots, rooted in love, in faith, in family, and in time she also found her wings. She stepped fully into the woman God created her to be. Brilliant, compassionate, courageous, selfless, and kind. Genesis 2:24 reminds us that there comes a time to leave, to cleave, and to become. Yet, even in that leaving, the bond of love remains unbroken. We do not need to rely on memories to feel the presence of those we have loved and lost. They live on within our souls.
Today we're gathered here with our hearts shattered, but souls full of love, to honor a woman who was not just my sister, but a light, a warrior, and a gift to the world. ABISOLA was a force. She was strength cloaked in grace and courage wrapped in kindness. Cancer may have touched her body, but it never touched her spirit. It never stole her essence and never dimmed her light. She fought with everything she had, not just for herself, but for all of us and her children. For those she loved, she faced pain with dignity. She met fear with faith. And even on her hardest days, she still experienced serving her nation and working for government. She sought a job, she fought for it, and she got the job. And when she got there, she excelled at it. you know, and that's just who ABISOLA was. And also, I was speaking to Pastor Agu the other day, and I think I wanted to share what conversation we had, because, it's sometimes forgotten that we are all here for a temporary time. The Almighty hasn't promised us 80 years. He hasn't promised you that you will live to see your children grow. All that we have been promised is now. And what we do with that now matters a lot, more than we think. ABISOLA, throughout her life, touched a lot of people, impacted a lot of people positively. And that is the best thing we can all do while here on this earth.
Thank you. Please be seated. Our race on earth. Death is that transition into victory and into God's glory. That's why the Apostle Paul said, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Philippians 1:21 to 23. For to me, living means living for Christ, and dying is even better. But if I live, I can do more fruitful work for Christ. So I really don't know which is better. I'm torn between two desires. I long to go and be with Christ, which would be far better for me. When my sister passed, I asked God why again. As you can tell, I like asking questions. And again, he answered me. The most important part of what his response was that she made heaven. I would probably say, why the hell are you crying? I'm happy and dancing off with the angels. So in honor of my beautiful sister, in honor of a beautiful soul, a kind heart, a warrior, and lover of God, let me invite you all to rise up on your feet and give. This is the point where you rise up on your feet. You may be seated. ABISOLA KOLA DAISI'S, Ni Abiola Ajimobi, aka Abi KD, Abi Hollywood. We honor your legacy. Thank you for loving, for fighting, for living life to the fullest, for breaking barriers, for filling our lives with such joy, laughter, and a dash of crazy. But most of all, for being a blessing to us all. If you don't know where you stand, you'd consider how truly multifaceted it was. She was a kind woman. She was loving. She loved God. She was a woman of unwavering faith. She loved people. She could relate with any and every person. She was an entrepreneur. She was a dedicated nation builder. She was a giver. She was a friend. She was a sister. She was diligent to the core. She was everything and more. And we could go on and on qualifying her attributes and trying to just find the right words in these moments that we feel how we feel. But the words will never be enough. We will proceed now to a session of tributes. We would have loved to listen.
I'm blessed to call you sister. I also call you friend. You loved me unconditionally and stood through thick and thin. You shared my joy and sorrows, my laughter and my tears. You've been my inspiration as we've grown throughout the years. When we were teenagers, we laughed and played together, then grew up and stood by me through good and stormy weather. Don't think of her as gone away. Her journey is just begun. Life holds many facets, and Earth is only one. Just think of her as resting from the sorrows and the tears to a place with warmth and comfort where there are no days and no years. Think how she must be wishing that we could only know. There you will remain, Abby. You will walk throughout our lives until we meet again. So rest in peace, Abby. I thank you for all that you have done. I pray that God has given you the crown I know you won. Your vacant place no one can fill. We miss you now, and we always will. I love you, Triplet.
Kind, and a strong man.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. As everyone has said, my mom was so full of energy and life, and she was really nice to everyone. So I told Auntie JB that I would ask everybody to stand, and clearly she liked my idea because she told everybody to stand. So as my mom was full of energy, can everybody please rise and make some noise? Thank you. I don't want to say too much. I'll just say I love you.
That I've heard here today, which I think I need to clarify. For instance, somebody said earlier, no social media. And I think we all should assume that Bisola is probably on Instagram right now, wondering why she's not seeing any posts. So, by the power vested in me as the husband, anybody who wishes to post anything they like from today, please feel free and fire on. I told them to put the lyrics up so that we can all sing.
The tributes from different people for Abisola were so lovely. Abisola was not just kind to her friends, but to everyone. I saw some Instagram posts from some people who encountered her privately, random people through her DM and everything. She was such a beautiful soul. And she was somebody who fought until the end. She never allowed her battle with cancer weigh her down, because as at December 2024 she partied. November she was at Tokemak's birthday and they had a blast. I had no idea that she was even battling any form of cancer. She held on to faith until her strength couldn't carry her, because her last Instagram post was on the 1st of January 2025. Bisola lost her battle to cancer in March 2025. We pray for the repose of her soul and that God comforts her family, her children, and every other person affected by her demise.